Hello and welcome to our first episode of the D2P Components tutorials. My name is Bastian and I'm going to show you today what we consider to be a good modeling approach and why we decided to go open source for it. Yeah, let's just jump into it, and I'm going to lead you through our process. So what you currently see on the screen is what we are going to build. It's just like a simple beam project. We have like several beams in two directions and they intersect at a certain point and result in a timber connection. So what I first, before we start modeling anything, want to introduce is like the base concept behind our modeling approach, which is called the D2P component. So what is a component? Well, technically speaking, it's basically just a text label inside of a Rhino group. From a philosophical point of view, it's a data container. It's the way of how we organize models in general. So what you see here on the left side are like several layers, and maybe you find out that there are specific naming schemes attached to it. That's very important because we rely on that schema in order to retrieve it later on. Because what we actually want to achieve here is using Rhino as a database. And let's just do that. So imagine you want to retrieve a specific piece of geometry of a specific instance of whatever component you defined here. Let's say from component 105. So the first thing we know, it is from type longitudinal beam, and it has several layers below, like the reference axis and the volume. We even have raw volume and detailed volume. And let's try to get this detailed volume, but not like this way, where we get everything, but in an organized way. With the D2P components, we can first of all stream what we have in the model. So you can just say, okay, let's stream components by type. In that case, our type is L beam. Yeah, you see it also here in the layer tree. We connect it to our stream component, and you see it's populating automatically the instances here. And if we click on that, you see it's streaming all of them. If you, for example, just want to have a specific instance, you can make use of a name filter. It's based on the regex pattern. In that case, you can just use 105. And this is then just streaming that version of it. So now that we stream this specific instance of a component, we want to retrieve a specific piece of geometry or component member out of that one. Therefore, we use the retrieve geometry component of the plugin and plug in the component as one input. And for example, this one, the detailed volume. Therefore, you can just create a text detailed volume here, plug it in as your layer information, and you will see for like the specific instance we are streaming, you get the specified layer geometry. Yeah, that's basically it.